Hey, how's it going, everyone? I'm on a Costco hot dog run. I gotta say, it never gets old. $3.30 for 2 hot dogs and a drink. I mean, cheapest lunch in town, right? But let's talk about buy-down rates, all right? Because if you're trying to buy a home, or if you've ever bought a home before, or you're just doing some research, you might have heard a term of, oh, you can buy down the rate. Well, what does that really mean? So, based on your unique credit profile when you apply for a home loan, you're going to be approved at a certain rate. And it doesn't really matter what lender you go with. There's quite a lot of people out there trying to earn your business, and it's very hyper competitive. So no matter what lender you go with, it's going to be within a reasonable closeness to every other lender out there. I mean, there's not too much variation these days. So what's the benefit? Well, if you want to lower your monthly payment, the lender will offer you, hey, usually about 1% of the loan amount, but it can get smaller or greater than that. You can buy down the interest rate by some basis points and lower your monthly mortgage payment. But here's the thing. You're going to have higher closing costs, so that's going to be more out of pocket for you, unless there's going to be some kind of negotiations with your realtor between the buyer and the seller, and then they, concede some concessions to help you with closing costs. I mean, so there's some factors that get nitty-gritty there, but the general rule of thumb is if you're buying down the rate, that's increasing the upfront cost, which means higher closing costs that have to be mitigated or you have to come out of pocket for in some way. So you have to really look at your return on investment as well, because if you're gonna potentially refinance and you're of the belief that interest rates will get better, or you're open to seeing if you can refinance for a better rate in the future, well, if you're going to spend $4 or $5 grand up front, well, your return on investment might be questionable, put it that way. It just depends on your unique situation. I'm trying not to get too technical here. Then on the flip side, you can actually get what's called a lender credit. So if you accept a higher rate, within reason, because again, there is a lot of guidelines and some very strict rules in the mortgage industry about this, but you can actually accept a higher rate, and sometimes you can get a lender credit, which will help towards closing costs. So if you're wanting to lower your out-of-pocket, you can actually take on a slightly higher rate and get some credits to help you with the cost of closing. So it really comes down to what your personal preferences and how you're wanting to structure your own finances beyond just the home loan, because you got other bills, other expenses, you gotta have your emergency nest egg savings, stuff like that. So that's why you really need to get with a mortgage broker like myself and really go over your situation and come up with a strategy. So if you're interested and you're looking to buy a home here in Mobile, Alabama, or anywhere in Alabama, I'm a licensed mortgage broker. Reach out to me at 251-238-7553. My NMLS number is 2750071. Now, if you'll excuse me, my hot dogs are calling me, baby, and I'm hungry.